Hi, everyone. My name is Lana Pritchett, and I'm here to discuss networking and connecting social information processing theory case study. Social networking sites have become the backbone of computer-mediated communication. We are now networking and connecting globally. So during COVID, most of us were quarantined for our own safety, which led to feelings of isolation and abandonment. When we entered COVID, our communication patterns changed overnight. We had to learn how to communicate through new mediated channels. And now our world is immersed with social networking sites. According to Kendra, in a 2020 journal article, Facebook is now ranked the most visited site, beating out Google search engine sites. So I want to share my experience of co-creating a hyper-personal relationship via Facebook during COVID. Social information processing theory was developed by Joseph Walther and expanded on by Yuli Kandrasari. And information processing theory's claim is that people can build interpersonal relationships despite the limitations imposed by mediated channels. And that's from our textbook, Griffin et al. So Kandrasari explains that the hyperpersonal model is sometimes mediated communication is even more satisfying than face-to-face communication. And that's from his journal article in 2020. So during COVID, an old classmate had sent me a message through Facebook, and I was skeptical. We were not close in high school, and I wondered if this was a good idea. I've had a hard time connecting with others through Facebook, and I wasn't sure if this interaction would be any different. So, what does she want? Is this a good idea? I didn't want to get hurt so many times before when I've tried to connect with people via Facebook. They weren't who they said they were. So, that was one of my big issues. But the main question was, will this relationship last? And this is the question I'm going to answer with the help of this theory. So, according to Vlahik, Roberts, and Dunbar in a 2012 article, on average, we spend about 20% of our time talking or having face-to-face conversations. This changed during COVID. So we now have what Raphael in 2000 journal article called a socially created space. So the two concepts of social information processing theory are verbal and temporal cues. So verbal cues describes the language we use. For instance, Earl et al. In a 2022 article noted that the use of emojis and smileys has taken the world by storm. So not only are we speaking in a regular language, but now we're using pictures or emojis to convey feelings and emotions in our text-based communication. And so now even online daters also hope to reduce the uncertainty by examining the smallest amount of cues and then use those to make a larger generalization about the other person, according to Sumner and Ramirez in a 27 journal article. So temporal cues describes the amount of time that's taken to develop the relationship. Computer-mediated communication gives us constant communication. So now we can text, we can message all throughout the day, and we don't have to be face-to-face. So this is how my friend Kelly and I interacted most days. And I did receive permission, and her name has been changed to protect her privacy. But we also used video calling via Messenger. So through our conversations and texting, I learned who she was. And I found out that through these actions, I have a better sense of who she is. I can see that we may be friends after all, but it's going to take time. So the time I spent with Kelly revealed that she was no longer the person she was in high school. She had changed just as much as I had. So, but we took the time to have the meaningful interactions. I have been able to adapt empathy, honesty, open expression with positive communication, and effective speaking interactions with others. So, with Kelly and I having a difficult relationship in high school, we were able to put each other in each other's shoes and really be open and honest with each other about the conflict that we both shared, which has helped us even solidify the relationship even further. Um, so being open and honest allowed me to respond to others appropriately without a condescending tone. Sometimes when we've been hurt before and maybe have some anger or bitterness, that condescension comes right out in the way we talk. But along with this, I'm able to use positive phrases and statements. The skills have helped me create a positive culture with coworkers, friends, my church group, just everywhere that communication exists. And so, with our world being immersed with social networking sites, we have access to more people in a faster amount of time. And Facebook has given us an avenue to connect with others and create hyper personal space. So, what did it give me? It gave me connection with social media, language says enough, and time to interact. And so now we are creating the hyper personal relationships, such as like reconnecting with old classmates or old friends, or maybe even old coworkers. And so now that I know who Kelly is, I'm so glad that I decided to go ahead and message her. Because through what I learned about social information processing and the use of social networking sites like Facebook, um, with the help of verbal and temporal cues, and explored the use and impact of positive communication practices. So during COVID, I had scrolled enough on Facebook. And if I seen one more toilet paper casino, I think I was going to explode. I needed a real connection. But the moment I seen Kelly's name enter my video or my messaging, my heart sank. I really wanted to delete it because of the relationship we had in high school. But since I craved a relationship so much, I decided to take a chance. And now I have one of the best friendships that I have ever known. I have a supportive friend and a great person whom I would have missed out on otherwise. Thank you.